cheating wife didn't come home. Next day, I got a text from her that said, "The clock hit midnight. She still wasn't home." I told myself she'd probably gone out with friends after work, maybe lost track of time. But my gut, my military-trained gut, didn't buy it. The house was silent, except for the faint buzz of the refrigerator. The kind of silence that presses against your chest and waits for something to happen. Then my phone buzzed. "Don't wait up, I'm staying with a friend tonight." No name, no emoji, no explanation. Just that. A friend. I stared at the message for a long time. Not because I didn't understand it, but because I understood it too well. When you've spent years reading body language, decoding lies, and surviving in places where hesitation means death, you know when something doesn't add up. I scrolled up through our previous messages. She'd said, "I love you" yesterday morning. She'd packed lunch for me. She'd kissed my cheek before leaving for work. And now she wasn't coming home. No fight, no reason, just silence. The kind that hides guilt behind it. I didn't text her back. I just sat there, staring at the wall, letting the unease settle deep in my bones. The kind of unease that comes before war. Morning light crept through the blinds, washing the living room in a pale, cold gray. I hadn't slept. At 6:12 a.m., the door unlocked. She walked in quietly. Hair messy, eyes tired. She avoided mine. "Rough night?" I asked, my voice calm, measured. "Yeah, my friend wasn't feeling well. I stayed over." I nodded slowly. Her shoes were different. Her perfume was stronger. Something inside me clicked, a small mechanical click, the kind you don't hear but you feel. That was the switch flipped. The soldier in me, the one that plans, waits, and strikes only when sure, woke up. I didn't yell, didn't accuse. That's what amateurs do. I smiled instead. "Hope she's okay." She relaxed. Thought she'd gotten away with it. But my mind was already dissecting the lie. No texts from that friend, no posts, no signs. And her car's GPS, something she forgot I still had access to, showed she'd spent the night in a part of town we never go to, a hotel district. By noon, the suspicion had evolved into something else, a mission. For the next week, I played the part of the devoted husband. Dinner, small talk, a kiss on the cheek. But every night when she slept, I worked. I pulled her call logs, checked the new number she'd been texting late at night. Unknown, unregistered, but persistent. So I followed her. 3 days later, I saw her, standing outside a cafe, smiling in a way she hadn't smiled at me in months. And next to her was a man, younger, cocky, touching her back like he owned it. I didn't confront them. I just watched. It's funny how still the world can become when betrayal finally confirms itself. She laughed, leaned into him, kissed him. And in that exact moment, I stopped feeling anything. Not anger, not heartbreak, nothing. Just calculation. That night, she came home, pretending she'd been at yoga. I kissed her forehead and told her I loved her. Because I did. Or at least, I loved the version of her that existed before she died to me. Now I was living with a ghost, and I was planning her funeral. 2 weeks later, I had everything. The hotel receipts, the photos, the text records, proof. But proof wasn't the goal. Control was. I printed everything, sealed it in an envelope, and placed it on the kitchen counter. She came home late again. Same story, same fake smile. I watched her pour a glass of wine. "Rough day?" I asked. She nodded. "You have no idea." I smiled. "Actually, I do." Her eyes flicked to the envelope, then back to me. "What's this?" "Read it." The color drained from her face before she even opened it. Her hands trembled. Page after page, her lies stared back at her. Photos, messages, times, locations. Silence stretched across the kitchen like a wire pulled too tight. Finally, she whispered, "I can explain." I tilted my head. "Don't. You'll only lie again." She broke down. Tears, apologies, excuses, none of it mattered. Not anymore. Because I wasn't listening. I was remembering. Every night she smiled at me while texting him. Every "I love you" that was just camouflage. Now she knew what it felt like to be seen. Truly seen. I didn't throw her out. I didn't scream. I just waited, watched her unravel. For days she tried to talk, tried to make amends. But every time she opened her mouth, I gave her the same look. Calm, empty, unmovable. That silence broke her faster than violence ever could. Then I acted. I froze our joint accounts, transferred ownership of the house. I told her parents what she'd done. Her image, her perfect, polished social image, collapsed in a week. She begged to stay, promised she'd change. I told her, "You already did, just not for me." That night, she packed her bags, crying. At the door, she turned. "You're just going to let me go?" I stared at her. "You already left. It's been 3 months." She still texts sometimes. Apologies, memories, questions like, "Do you still hate me?" I don't reply, because hate would mean I still feel something, and I don't. I sit on the porch some nights, the same one where she used to laugh, and think about how quiet peace really is. Not the peace of forgiveness, the peace of clarity. She thought love was a game. She forgot I was trained to win wars. And as for that message she sent me that night, "Don't wait up, I'm staying with a friend," she was right. I don't wait up anymore.